And welcome to SCL Season 42. We're live with MC Motorsports Broadcasting as we have 7.5 minutes left here in practice for the season opener. These guys have put down a lot of laps so far. I'm looking at about somewhere between like 35 and 20 laps for a lot of these guys. A lot of laps being put down. This league, they love this track. Love the Super Speedways. We're going to see a couple teams out here trying to win this thing. As we can see, the teams already lined up on the top there. We got the 94 and the 7 team. And then we got Richard Wolsifer, part of another team with Wood right behind him. We look at our race info. Not much to see here yet, but something to bring up is the temperatures are pretty cold here, so I don't think we're going to see much in terms of tires. Not that we see much anyways here at Daytona, but track temps being low, we're not going to see much in terms of handling. Left, we'll talk about some teams here at Daytona. Is going to be pretty important, especially when these guys want to pit. We're looking at about one stopper, about 35-40 laps, maybe a little bit longer if you're back in the pack. So we've got team 1320. That's going to be Andrew Pileshi. Not on track right now. We've got Austin Call, also not on track right now. Justin Lewis in the 7, going to be one of our teams. With Maxwell Caldwell, 1320, working together right now. We have Limitless Esports, that's going to be Wolsifer, Johnny Wood Jr., and Joshua Yarborough. For our third team, that is kind of defined. Everyone else is trying to run independent and one-car teams pretty much. We're going to have 0X with Chris Cornett, Benjamin Smith, and Drew Kuhn. So, we'll have to look out for that during the race. Only 3.5 minutes left to practice. But the 1320 guys, they love to run up front and control these races. But there's a couple more teams this time. Teams that are probably going to also want to do the same thing. These 1320 guys, they love to dominate these races, love to run up front, and they also love to win them. But with the addition of some new teams this season, it's going to be real interesting to watch throughout. Not only just here at Daytona, but everywhere. They tend to share their strategies, run fixed setups, but you can run different strategies, and that's what these guys tend to do. The league tends to run a limited set of tires, usually just about one less than you can actually use, that you'd want to use. If you would pit every time and take tires, it would leave you with none left. But here at Daytona, that's once again not a problem. I do believe we're running 75 laps today. So, one stopper right about the middle point, or if we get a caution, we see some guys come in and fill it up and have to take less fuel later. Got 18 cars registered for the race, only 16 have put down the time so far. So you can see a few guys coming out of pit road, just trying to put down the last little bit of laps they can driving together. They're only going to get about a lap, if that. Practice. An hour and a half of practice has finished. I'm going to roll out for qualifying. And we'll check out our first car on track. Got Adam Brady coming out for his first lap. They're going to get 2 laps here. Just about everyone I think is going to run that top line first time around, second time on the bottom. See Adam Brady now all the way up against the wall, coming to his first, we'll call it the slow lap. You can see him make his way all the way up, just about against the wall. Going to run this lap against the top. So bring up his speed here. I think the fastest these cars can go alone is about 182, 183. Maybe not anymore with the new update. So he's going to come around to finish his first slow lap. Going to drop down low to start the first one. Wrap that yellow line as good as he can. Wood up top first, running that slow lap at a 50 flat. See, he's not all the way against it. Still leaving about a foot to 2 feet off that line. You want to be right against it if you can, although holding a smooth wheel is definitely a little bit more important than being right against the line. Doing a lot better that corner entry, sliding up just a little bit through the middle. Way up. Not way up, but still a good few feet off that bottom. We'll see what it translates to lap time. As he crosses the line. Going to be a 50.08. Take a look at Justin Lewis right now. Our pole sitter at the moment. Coming around for his second lap. Going to cut the front stretch. Going to keep the same lap time. And hop on board with Drew. Completing his first lap, coming to his second lap to hop on board for this one. Trying to hardly move the wheel, doing a good job of it there. Just a little bit of movement there. One of those little movements are going to hurt his time. Austin Call is going to jump to the top of the leaderboard with 49.92. Chris Cornett going to get second place with 49.94. Not going to cut down underneath the yellow there. He's going to be placed P11 right now. Those drivers that have put down a lap. Now we got Joshua Yarbrough on track. Already done with qualifying, just running a little bit extra. John Schoenbachler coming around to complete his second lap, right now third, see if he can get anything out of it. Not going below the yellow line. Not going to improve his time, going to stay P3. He's the only one left on track. As right now we have 5 people who have not put down a lap as qualifying ends. So we bring up our qualifying results. We're going to have Austin Carl starting P1, Chris Cornett second. It's a little easier to read. There we go. John Schoenbachler third, fourth Joshua Yarbrough, fifth Benjamin Smith, sixth Justin Lewis, Johnny Wood Jr., seventh, eighth Richard Wolsifer, ninth Chris Fleming, 10th Sam Maddox, 11th Drew Kuhn, 12th Adam Brady, 13th Josh Terry Hill, 14th Maxwell Caldwell, Andrew Pileshi, Mark Brown, Gary Maydew, Dennis Kane 18th. And that will round out our field of 18 drivers. Not a bad showing tonight. Had 5 guys not put down a time. Not uncommon at a super speedway. Some guys just want to start in the back. Let's grab our pole sitter. Hey, Austin, you got us?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, you set it on pole. I mean, starting up front. I don't see many of your teammates around. This is and a couple new teams out here. How you feeling?
Well, everybody, Maxwell and Andrew decided not to qualify. And I decided I wanted to go out, get some track position early, try to lead the first lap, and just try to keep this race under control.
Yeah, so we're talking about fuel. It looks like it's going to be a one-stopper. Not too much strategy here. Do you think you're going to want to try and find your team early, or just kind of ride around where you'd be and find them at the end?
I think it's going to be a ride-around thing until around the pit stop. And once we get down to the pit stop, go in, get out together, and just try to make a nice gap on the rest of the field.
All right, well, wish you luck as you guys go down the backstretch. We'll hopefully be talking to you guys later.
Yep, thank you.
As these guys drive down the backstretch. Everyone's just getting ready, making sure their fast repairs are off for when they have to pit. These guys do drive around with one fast repair waiting just in case they get in a wreck, which I'm sure most of the field will eventually get in one, as it is Daytona. As the pace truck pulls off, we're going to get to the restart zone. Green flag is going to fly. Austin Call on the inside is going to get a good jump. The outside doesn't really stay with him quite. You can see that bottom lane has a big gap in it. The top line is going to get a big run coming out of 2 if they can stay formed up. Justin Lewis thinks about going to the inside, doesn't do it. Austin Call is going to keep this lead. A really good bump from behind. That top line just didn't get going. I wonder if that's just going to be the bottom line being very dominant throughout this run, or if that top line's going to eventually come in. As we see 5 cars clearing on the bottom, almost 6 now. Even the top line has pretty good connection up there, but just nothing happening. As we have almost 6 cars on the bottom just pulling away. And Justin Lewis back there popping out just a little bit. 33 is John Schumbacher. Pretty connected to the back bumper of the 18 as if he pulls out a line. He's not going to go anywhere. The 10 jumps up on top of that top line. Going to pull them ahead. Going to try. They got a big gap. He's got some help. Making a little bit of headway. These guys keeping it too wide, not ready for too wide yet. Big push from Paleshi. And this top line starting to come in. It looks like it might take a few laps. They're going to have to get really connected to get that top line moving. Ooh, Justin in the wall just a little bit. What does this 33 do? He's going to go up and block the top. Going to go down to the bottom to get in front of Austin Call. Take the run. Going to be side by side entering 1. A little squirrely on the top. Josh Hill giving a good push to the 18. Kind of going back and forth. That's going to be scary if he does that on a corner exit. It's going to spin the 18. So you see him drop down low. He's going to get to the inside. Not much of a side drop. The 33 is going to be there, but the 18 getting pushed by the 81 is going to keep that run. You see this field pretty calm right now. Just a little bit of jostling for the lead. The 10's going to get put in the middle. He's going to fall all the way back. Josh Terrett Hill, stuck in the middle, going to try and side draft. There's nothing he can do. He's going to try and find a hole. There isn't one. The 94, Maxwell Caldwell is going to give him a bump, and they're 3 wide at Daytona. The hole's open if he wants to get up. He's going to sit there in the middle. He's getting a draft. He's getting pulled up through that middle lane. It's working. It's letting that top lane, those top few guys, pull away just a little bit. Joshua Yarborough just getting side drafted. Can't pull up to those guys. Because here we go. That bottom line's starting to pull away with all that extra back and forth in the top few lines. The 77 gets checked up out of line. That top line is just gone, and now the top line is the middle line. Austin Call, who was just our leader, pulling all the way back through the pack to almost last place. Hop back on board up front. Nobody's fallen off the pack yet. These guys are racing really close. And it's looking like that bottom line is going to be dominant. You might be able to make a run to the outside, but it's going to be short-lived. Then we're going to see if you want to stay out front, you're going to just want to be on that bottom line. Hold it. 33 of that Sunoco car. Looking really fast right now. Push through. Good pushes to the 18 of Austin Call. And those 13-20 guys, they're kind of mixed up through the field. We've got Leshy right there in 4th. Call's all the way back in 13th. Lewis is going to be 8th, and then Caldwell is in 6th, so they're not really together. As the 10 gets put in the middle once again. I don't think he's going to have any help this time, as now just saying that 13-20 is not together. They are the top line right now with the 81, the 18, the 7, and the 94 all together on that top line. I can imagine if that top line is going to work, it's going to be them as we see them making a push for the front. 11 of Benjamin Smith. And trying to just holding right there, right behind the 33. See the teammates of the 56 and the 75. Wolsifer and Johnny Wood. And here comes Paleshi on the outside. Trying to get that lead away from the 33. As the 33 is going to get put to the middle. Nope, he's going to stay to the bottom. 81 is going to put on a heck of a side draft. He's going to be even at the line, and 81 gets it. These guys racing really well. The 81 drops down to the bottom to what, 13-20. Control of this race. And we'll see if this top line can hold on. They haven't really been able to. Someone's gone 3 wide at some point. The 7 gives a great bump to the back of the 94. And right now, it looks like the top line's holding on really well. A little bit more cars in the bottom. But I mean, the 7 is all over the back bumper of the 94. Take a look on board with the 7. Just how much he's pushing. And he's connected to his bumper. They're going to pull out to the bottom lane. 13-20 all the way. All of them go down to the bottom. So yeah, they took that run on the top, got down to the bottom, and it completely killed that top line. As 13-20 is going to split up here. Try and control both lanes, but there's a big gap. They're going to fall all the way back to those guys behind them. I like let the 33 get up in front of these guys. Here comes that bump. He's going to split them. He tried. And we just see that bottom line. You see the 18 and the 81 just fall all the way back, trying to make that top line, just trying to control both lanes. I mean, they are controlling both of them, but they've fallen all the way back to about 7th. And they're gonna make it back up there. It's just gonna take time. You're gonna see a couple guys like right there, just pull up out of line and control the lane, and that's gonna be the 14 in the 88. 12 right there on screen is the 14 in sim, so a little bit different matching paint schemes. Those guys are teammates. 15 and 11 and 88. Now controlling that top line. See, nobody has lost the draft yet. Everybody's staying really packed up with them all the way in the back right now. Kind of playing it safe. Going to drop onto the bottom line there. This is bottom line. It's really dominant right now. I don't see that top line really working. I really haven't seen much of it work. Unless you're making a run and then dropping down to the bottom and pull that line even further ahead. But here comes that outside line again with the 33 pulling the 14 and the 88. Going to be side by side to see if they're going to be able to hold on or if they're just going to clear and come down. Side by side off of 2. And that top line is really packed up. Going to get a really good run if they can get it rolling. You see them all packed up right there. I don't know if that's hurting them or helping them. It seems like it made him fall back. That 94 almost spins with the push from the 7. The 7 is a great pusher out here, Justin Lewis. As you can see, he's just pushing the 94 out in front of, the guys behind him. See Austin Call back there in the 18. He said he wanted to kind of control the race a little bit and just ride around. You see him riding around. He's kind of in the thick of it right now. Probably not where he wants to be. See that top line just cannot stay straight and keep giving awkward pushes, and it's just checking them up. Someone I'm impressed with so far is the 11 of Benjamin Smith. He just held on to that front position up in that top 5 or 6 the whole race. Hasn't gone up or down the standings. Just kind of riding there. Being safe. The bottom is a little bit safer. If a wreck happens, you have a lot more room. You have that hole below the apron to avoid a wreck. This top line's going to get a big run. They're going to clear low. Nope, going to stay high. Trying to gauge it coming off the corner where they're going to go. Run in the middle right now. Schoenbach and Kuhn running up front. And you're controlling both lines. They're running in the middle, going to drop down low as the 94 gets a run. 94 is going to drop down below them, and they're going to be split. This is going to give this top a pretty good run if they can push right. Ooh, they bump out of the corner. And the 94 is going to have to lift there. He had to lift a lot to not have to get back in line. He didn't really spun the 33. That bottom line is falling apart. They seem holding on really well. I think that bottom line is really dominant. You see them on the verge of wrecking. And they're still holding on, whereas the top, when we saw them bobble, were just falling back instantly. The 33 almost gets put out of line again. The 94 is not going to take that for too long. Great pushes from the 88 Cornet right now. Keeping that bottom line rolling. 18 is going to try and push the 38. And Fleming up to the front. Seems like you don't want to make a pass. You're just going to have to push that outside lane. Force it to get in front of the bottom lane. And then just clear low. I just don't think that top lane has any staying power. It has the quick runs that it generates and nothing after that. You see everyone's still with the pack. top line, just getting checked up, dropping to the bottom. Adam Brady, who is back in the pack early in the race, making his way up through the field as we got a wreck. Looks like the 38's around. Still no caution. They're going to keep rolling. We're still rolling. It's going to be Chris Fleming and Mark Brown off track. Andrew Pileshi down pit road. And caution's going to come out. I can't tell if he has any damage. Let's look from the front. Yeah, he has a lot of left front damage there. Take a look at Chris Fleming's going to have some left front damage. Mark Brown coming down pit road, some heavy right front damage. These are, I think, Pileshi, I think he uses fast repair. Chris Fleming's going to go around another time, wait for pit road to open. Mark Brown's going to have to use his fast repair. But if we look back up front, we're going to have Drew Kuhn in first place. Let's take a look back at that accident, see what exactly happened. Take a look at Chris Fleming here. Justin Lewis go up high. It's going to create a little bit of a checkup, and then everybody trying to get out of the way of it. Mark Brown right here, he tries to avoid it and just gets right in it. Unfortunate for Mark Brown, but it's going to be a fast repair for both of those guys. As the field catches the pace car, pit road is going to be open this time by. And we are about 20-ish laps from our fuel window. Maybe 15. Yeah, about 15 laps from the fuel window, but you fill up now. You'll have to take a little bit less later, but see if anybody wants to keep that track position and stay out. As down pit road first is going to be the entire field. Mark Brown still in the back stretch as we watch pit stops. Oh, Drew Kuhn's going to miss his box. That's going to hurt him. Adam Brady misses his box. And first off pit road is going to be the 88 of Chris Cornett. Going to beat off Austin Call. Maxwell Caldwell going to be third. Justin Lewis fourth. And Drew Kuhn missing his box is going to drop down 4 spots down to 5th. Came in first. Dennis Kane going to be 6th off pit road. Andrew Pileshi in 7th. Brendan Smith in 8th. Sam Maddox in 9th. Sean Bachler in 10th. Josh Terra-Hill in 11th off pit road. Johnny Wood Jr. 12th off pit road. Wolsifer 13th. Joshua Yarborough 14th. Interesting because all those guys are teammates. Johnny Wood Jr., Richard Wolsifer, and Joshua Yarborough, all teammates. Wonder if they purposely came off pit road in that order, just to try and be together at the back. Adam Brady's going to be 15th, having to take a fast repair. Chris Brown going to have to take a fast repair. And Chris Fleming, he may have tried to fix the car. He's going to take tires. So yeah, this opens up a little bit of strategy on when you pit. I mean, it opens that door for everybody not having to pit at the same time. And I know here at Daytona, you're not going to lose a lap unless you're really far back from the pack, but it seems like everybody's keeping with the pack. So I think if you pit early, you're going to want to pit as early as you can. And then at that point, if you get a caution, you won't have to pit again, and you'll just take the front. You'll cycle everybody else. But it's all about who you got with teammates. I mean, if these guys who are independent know who the teams are, they can watch them get down to the bottom of the bottom line and maybe try and follow them in pit road. These guys are going to be calling it out probably down the backstretch when they pit. So I think these independent guys are going to want to try and drop down to the bottom lane as soon as possible here on this restart and just kind of ride around. And pit when you see a team going in. I mean, if you pit alone with just one other person, I mean, these teams are just going to pull away from you. Right now we're running a 4-car team, a 3-car team, a 3-car team, and I think everyone else, I think, is pretty much alone. I mean, you got a couple guys who run together, friends, but nothing really official going on. And just like we were talking about, 1320 up front. They're in 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 7th. So right now the best team up front. I'm sure we're gonna see them either try and control the front, or all of them try and get to the bottom and just control that bottom line, as we've seen that bottom line be, I mean, pretty dominant until it comes to making a pass. I mean, they get a big run and then it falls apart. And then even then, when you get 3 wide, that bottom line pulls away. And the top and the middle line just kind of fall apart too. The pace car pulls off. These guys have a choice of when they go. The 88's going to roll into the box. They're going to wait until the very last moment to go green. And the 18's going to get a big run on the outside. Even though 88 was the leader. And he's really got no help with the 94 behind him. The 7's going to push the 18 out in front. The 94 is going to give a bump to the 88, but not too much. Here's the big bump from the 94. We'll see just the difference between the top and the bottom. Looks like that bottom's going to shoot out down the backstretch. And they leave a big gap between the top and the bottom line. Nobody side gap, and the bottom's going to pull away. The 88 leads. Oh, he gets spun. He holds on to it. He's going to have to find a hole back in. Looks like he's going to find his hole right there. Ooh, just maybe. 3 wide. They're all going to hold on to it. Looks like maybe he's going to push him out of line. Or at least try to. Or Sam Maddox, that is. Jumbles up the field. These guys coming from the back are going to have a huge run. They might be able to make some kind of move up the middle or something. As Caldwell gains the lead, leading the 18 and 7, his teammates. There's that top lane right now. And kind of four of them up there now. 5th and 6th on that top line coming. Most form lined right now, but here comes that bottom line. Caldwell's going to drop down to the bottom and block it, knowing that the bottom's a little bit better. See the top lane falling apart, getting a little jumbled. The bottom line staying pretty packed up. See the gap right there behind Justin. Dennis Kane just can't keep up with him. You know, let this bottom line really pull away. I think you're going to see that bottom line fall back. And then just like that, the top line though, they're making it work up there. Justin Lewis, a great pusher. You see him all over the back end of the 18, really making it work. I think if anyone's going to make that work, it's going to be that 7 on the top. We'll see if they drop down or they keep that top line. They got their teammate down there. Seeing the baiting it. There they go. Or at least the 7's going to go. 33 falls in line right in front of the 94. Nobody losing the draft, everybody staying in that draft. They're getting a little racy here. They know that the stops are coming up. They want to be as far up as they can. good out front when he's leading that top line. We saw him lead it earlier and fall back just a little bit, but we're talking about, ooh, 7 gets a little loose. He has to lift right there. See the flames come out of the pipes, but that top line behind the 18 and the 99, that's the team of Limitless Esports. Started in the back on this restart. And with the rest of Johnny Wood, Richard Wolsifer, or Yarborough Wood and Wolsifer. Maxwell Caldwell trying to make a move to the outside. No help behind. He's going to drop back in line. The 81 is going to go up top. No help again. The 94 is going to pull up. Going to get a run on the 33. Going to side draft. They're going to get a little bit of help from the 18 behind, Austin Paul. And not yet. Going to have to do a lot of side drafting to pull that 33 back. The 7 is going to jump up top, help the teammates. All on the line again. They're a little jumbled up, but they're making it work. The 7 gets shuffled, jump to the bottom. You see that bottom line really forming right now. I think what's happening is those independent guys getting to the bottom, waiting for these teams to pit. The window's still not open. Gonna have to make it to about lap 35. Has been really strong all day as a pusher and leading. So he can get a big push to the 7, but that top line, that 13-20 brigade. We'll see if they do anything to help Justin Lewis on the bottom. And there goes the 81. Yep, he's going to jump to the bottom. I have a feeling these guys on the top are going to try and clear, just jump to the bottom, get rid of that top line completely. But it's going to be tough. They don't have much help up there. Just Dennis Kane and Adam Brady, and they just haven't been able to get to the back bumper with them pushing as good as they do. See that top end fading. .33 gets a little bit tight on corner entry. Let's see if they go up top to help. The 33 is going to pull out of line. Side draft real aggressively, try and make that top line work. So now with that 33 you can do with that top line, I think this bottom with the pusher of the 7 pushing the 81, it's just going to be too hard to overcome. See the 33 really trying to side draft. You see the 88 take a look up top. He's going to go up there. He's going to open the door with Sam Maddox on the bottom in that purple and pink car. We're going to move him up a bunch of spots all the way up to 3rd place. I haven't seen a new name up front. Sam Maddox in that 002. Line is falling apart. I think it was all that back and forth trying to side draft just pulled the neck. The 33 got shuffled out of line there. Or decided to give up. See pretty much a single file line now. We have that top line of the 14, the 11, and the 88 trying to work together to make that top run. I think the 7 just blew up. Justin Lewis just blew up, I think. Hop on board. Yeah. Justin Lewis blew up. Lucky he blew up where he did. He's going to make it to his box. I believe he's going to have to use that fast repair. There, car's back on. But he's going to lose all his track position. He's not going to have any... That's going to hurt that team. Bring it down to a 3-car team now. Even them out, we see some racing going on back there for the 33 to 21, and oh, what a wreck! Caldwell's involved. Sean Bachler the big one, the 88, the 18, the 75, the 99 of Dennis Kane. And as I was saying, Justin Lewis is in trouble. That's going to save him. Let's take a look at what happened. I think it might have happened with Austin Call. Take a look at exactly what happened here. Oh, it looks like the 88 just turned with the 002 and then chaos happens. Or from the back camera with the 88 here. See what happened. 002. Just a bad push from the 88. And then just a full stack of nothing. Anybody from the 33 is moving on pit road. Probably not much damage back there. But 75 involved. 18 involved. See live as these guys catch the back of the pack. Gonna have a bunch of guys pitting here to fix some damage. Looks like it's going to be Chris Cornett, Dennis Kane, Adam Brady, Johnny Wood Jr. Some of these other guys just involved. Take a look at these guys pitting. See, Paleshi's going to be the first one off. Fleming and then Kuhn. .33 of John Schoenblacher going to get off pit road there in 4th. Benjamin Smith in 5th. Maxwell Caldwell in 6th. Mark Brown in 7th. And everyone else is still on pit road. Probably just trying to fix the car without having to use a fast repair. And if they already use it, just trying to fix the car in general. Austin Call, Chris Cornett, Joshua Yarborough, Johnny Wood Jr., Richard Wolsifer, Sam Maddox, Josh Terra-Hill, Adam Brady, Dennis Kane, all down pit road, trying to get their car fixed without using that fast repair. Justin Lewis is going to cycle around. Push from his teammates, saving a little bit of fuel, as I think he was going to be a little bit short. He had to make it to 35. Now Josh Terra-Hill off pit road. Johnny Wood Jr. coming off pit road. Wolsifer off pit road. Joshua Yarborough off pit road. So these guys getting their car fixed. Pace car is coming. Caldwell going to come back down a second time. Paleshi going to come down. These guys, this is right at the edge of their fuel window. These guys are trying to top off. I think they can make it from here this lap. It's going to be really close enough they can make it. Another caution and they're guaranteed to make it, but they're going to have to save just a little bit, I think. I think if you're leading, you're going to be in trouble. See Maxwell Caldwell, Mark Brown, Drew Kuhn, the 33 of John Schoenbachler, Johnny Smith come back down, Dennis Kane still trying to get that car fixed. These guys all taking fuel. See back there you got Joshua Yarborough and Wolsifer just topping off that fuel one more time. Austin Call coming back around with Adam Brady, Sam Maddox. Those guys are trying to fix the car as much as possible. Right now, Dennis Kane, the only one who wasn't able to get back out on track. The only car scored one lap down. Justin Lewis there. The lucky one and all that was able to miss the wreck by blowing up his car, although he's gonna be down a fast repair with 40 laps to go. Almost to halfway, not quite to halfway yet. Most of the field hasn't caught. The pace car is gonna, not yet. Next, yeah, pace car is gonna pull off. Gonna be single file because of just how many cars there were involved. He's gonna find his way back in. Back in the pack, these guys are going to catch these guys really quick. Everybody running single file right now. The first one to pull out the line is going to be Paleshi up front. Going to try and make something happen by himself. Just no help right now. Still has a hole to fall into right behind. He's going to do it there. Everybody pretty much single file. They're going to see just a little bit of fuel. That's what everybody's trying to do. Everyone but the 33 back there trying to make it right back in. Johnny Wood Jr., Adam Brady with a pull out of line. There we go. Racing for the start here. Back in the pack with, I mean, half the field is pulled out now. We'll see if that top line can do anything. I mean, there's still a lot of gap from that front pack. These three cars of Fleming, Terrett, Hill, and Smith. They can lock up. They're going to be able to pull away just a little bit from this group. The 11's got to get up there, though. Just pulling along the 81, and here comes that top line with Johnny Wood Jr. Travis Kane back out on track. Back there, but one lap down. He'll be the lucky dog. He's not involved. Talking about fuel, the guys who didn't pit a second time are really close on making it. Probably won't make it. The guys who pit a second time by are right on the edge. You're gonna have to save a little bit. That might be why we're seeing some single file racing here. As Johnny Wood Jr. jumps to the front on the top side. I mean, these guys know they're a little bit short on fuel, but yet they're still running the same lap times, running as hard as they can. Something I'm seeing is Maxwell Caldwell, Austin Paul, Paleshi in the back, probably just trying to save just a little bit of fuel. Not really pushing too hard. All that fuel talk, that's all dependent on if we have another caution or not. These guys have kept it clean so far, but one caution and everybody's going to be able to make it pretty easy. Ooh, the 56 throws a block on the 33 after sliding up. He's going to make it work. The 7's going to pull out a line. Looks like about the last lap. The lap before they were running about 192, 193, and now they're down to about 187 in some of the corners. So I think these front guys are starting to save a little bit of fuel. Yeah, down to 185. These guys are saving fuel up front. And throughout the whole field, we don't see many runs happening. Down to 184 on the corner. So yeah, these guys are saving fuel. They know they're short, which might help those guys who pit a second time just have that little bit more fuel when they need it at the end. See them pick up down the back of the back straight. But through the corners, they're really lifting. One green-white checkered here, you just need a little bit of fuel. As long as you can save just a little bit more than everyone else, you won't have to pit again if we get that caution near the end. See the 7 jump up top in front of the 81. Seems like the 7's not trying to save any fuel at all. Hop on board with some of these guys. 81 full 7 full throttle. Take a look at Josh Merritt go. Right now he's pushing as hard as he can. A little lift there. He's not pushing like crazy. 10 just lifting off just a little bit, keeping that gap. Trying to manage the gap. Not use too much fuel. Letting the draft pull him along. Maybe further back, junior back here. Again, just keeping that gap. You can hear him off the throttle just a little bit. Really playing with the throttle. And he's probably about half to 75% there in the back and pulled along. Axel Paul someone loves to play the strategy game. Just a little bit more because he's going to have that whole pack behind him. Best case scenario, someone like I was saying, Johnny Wood Jr. get cars in front of him and behind him, pushing him along and pulling him. You can hear he's way out of the gas. He's probably in the best shape right now. Lucifer really pushing the car in front, not really managing that gap. And that's what's helping Johnny Wood Jr. He's getting pushed from Lucifer. Out the gas a little bit right there. Just letting the draft pull him. Like a lot of guys are doing that. Jump back to the front. I mean, Justin Lewis, he's someone we're going to have to watch if he even makes it. He's kind of pulling the field along. Not out of the gas too much up front. I mean, you can tell he's a little bit out of it, maybe like 95, 80%. Single files out knowing they all have to save some fuel here. Coming down to 26 to go. No. 30. 30 to go. See the outside line forming a little bit with Zero X Racing, with Benjamin Smith and Drew Kuhn, but see the pack just thinning out a little bit. I mean, it looks like Justin Lewis is just going as hard as he can right now, pulling away from the guys who are saving fuel. See, they're now up to 195. Whereas that Justin Yarbrough 195 also. Maxwell Caldwell back here, 198. They're just getting pulled along by this front train of 3 cars, just pulling this pack along. So we're gonna get a big head of steam with the 10. See if he pulls out of line. The 21's gonna be the one to pull out of line. No help except for the 88 right behind him. I think this is what we're going to see until about maybe 10 to go. I mean, even then, I don't know if they can really race it out. I think it's going to come down to the last few laps. Someone's going to get antsy and start racing as we see the 99 get up to the 21's bumper and start pushing him. He's going to drop back down into single file. And Brady not as lucky. Right there, but he's not going to use it. He's going to take the push from the 33 on the outside. Keep trying to make headway. Gonna work. Looks up to the 10. Oh, and a wreck behind. Mark Brown. In the 11, Benjamin Smith involved. The 11 got loose. See what happened there. And you did get loose, but it was with some help from the stack up on the bottom. 94 had to jump up out of line, got to the left quarter panel of the 11, just spun him. Fortunate, as we see, he's still driving down the back straight. The yellow's out as we got a wreck on the front stretch. Driving through the grass. Take a look at how this one started. Jump on with 10 here. The 10 drifts up a little bit of net code. Gonna turn the 21 up into the field. Yeah, just a little bit of net code. Drifted up right there, turns him. 21 goes up into the 002, and then I wonder what happened to Yarborough. Saw him going through the grass, taking another look at him. What happened here? Oh, he's out of the way and then drives it through the grass because he has no way to get back up. Spins it out, keeps it rolling straight. Good job of saving that car through the grass. Back live, Benjamin Smith on pit road. Front end damage there, I'm guessing. He doesn't have a fast repair or is taking the tow. Jump back to the leader here. See, I imagine everybody's going to come down pit road, put a little bit of fuel in it, make sure they're good to go. Justin Lewis going to lead him down. Josh Terrett Hill and John Jombach, they're going to stay out here. Going to try their luck on fuel, get that track position. Justin Lewis will pull into his box. Good stop there. Going to put tires on it. See the 77 misses box. You see the 56 of Richard Wolsifer going to be the first one out of pit road. Andrew Paleschi second. Johnny Wood Jr., Maxwell Caldwell, Joshua Yarborough, Drew Kuhn, Mark Brown, Chris Fleming, and Justin Lewis still on pit road. Came in as the leader. See if there's any damage on that car. Not seeing any on the front end. Justin Lewis taking a 45-second stop there. Richard Wolsifer taking a 4.3-second stop. 2 seconds quicker than anybody else on pit road. Gonna get him to third place on this restart behind the two guys who stayed out of Josh Terrett Hill and Schoenbachler. We were saying how they were really close on fuel. They were only like one lap short, so we'll see Josh Terrett Hill go on board with him as the car turned off as much as he can, saving fuel. Although the next gens now, this new update, don't turn off until you go below pace speed, as we see the car shut off there finally once he goes below 70. See if Schoenbachler's doing the same thing. He's kind of just keeping it right there at 70. He's turning it off, but the car's not shutting off. So these guys up front, it's going to be close enough they can make it leading, but I think we're going to see a couple guys jump up in front of them, try and take that outside. Like, you got Richard Wolsifer and Johnny Wood Jr. right next to each other, starting nose to tail. Two teammates, along with Yarborough right behind him. I mean, a great lineup right there for these guys on the restart. Going to have a great opportunity to control that bottom line. You have Dennis Kane coming off pit road. Chris Gurnett coming off pit road. Austin Call coming back around. Adam Brady still on pit road. Same with Benjamin Smith. I think Benjamin Smith just didn't have a fast repair left, and Adam Brady still on pit road. Gonna have right front damage. No more fast repair for him. As there's a little bit of damage on the front of that 10. I'm seeing now. I wonder how well he's gonna be able to lead this inside line. Adam Brady coming out of pit road. Josh Hill gonna lead this field. Gonna have 15 to go. 25 to go. Adam Brady, 1 lap down. Still has a bunch of damage on his front end, but we'll get that lucky dog if caution comes out. Down on the backstretch, you can see on the track map. Josh Hill rolls into the restart zone. Gonna go middle of the way, get a good jump. The outside line doesn't get going. There's a 3 up there. 56 gonna split the 10. Knowing he has a little bit of front end damage. And put in the middle, the 94 is not going to follow him. The 10 with that front end damage is just going to fall like a rock. Not going to get in that hole. Going to try and squeeze up to the top here. Going to make it work. We have Richard Wilson up front, getting pushed by the 56. Or the 75 of Johnny Will Jr., 2 teammates. Maxwell Caldwell in 3rd. Josh Riodlo in 4th. Guys are 3 wide back. The 10 giving a good push to the 33. Able to hold on when he's in the air. Cars in front. 33 has been trying to make the outside work all night, but it's just not working. 94 is going to pull out a line just a little bit, not quite make it work. You guys should all have enough fuel to be able to race as hard as they want. Here comes the 33. Getting pushed by the 10. Outside draft the 88. Get up to 002, gonna pass 002. Make their way up next to Mark Brown. Looks like Austin Call pulls out a line right there. Big moment for him. See that side draft pulled that 002 away from the 73. 73 is gonna get side drafted now. This top line is formed up. They're gonna get a big run here. As they can hold their pushes. Oh, the 10 gets to his outside. And puts him 3 wide. All momentum. See all following Josh Hill. 33 is going to be put in the middle. Adam Brady behind. As 002 pulls up in front. Make another second line up there. Austin Call's going to follow him. And try and push him. Just lost all momentum with the amount of time it took the 18 to get to his back bumper. Here comes the 10 and the 11 right now. Trying to get the top of the 88, jumps up with the 99. Now going to freely form that outside line. Let's see if they can make it work. 88's been a great pusher all day. Hasn't really led a line so far. Let's see if he can make that outside line work. Chris Burnett up there. Fleming. There's a hole down there. If he wants to jump down, he's going to stake him into the top line. Ooh, 94 almost gets shuffled out of line there. So the 88 still leading that back line on the top. And 18 is going to try to get around, I think. Think better of it. Try and make this top line work. So the top line just wasn't that enough momentum. The 38's going to jump up there. It's going to pull them a little bit along. I think they're going to need one more car to make this work. And that one car, I think they're going to see is the 7 eventually. 33 jumps up there. Keeps jumping to the back. I think he's just trying to read the pack, trying to figure out how it's working. 38 of Fleming's making that top work as here's they come, coming for the lead. 33 falls off the bumper a little bit and make them fall back. 33's got to stay committed to his bumper if they want to make any headway. As they're starting to fall back now. Something you might see is that 7 in the bottom, that orange car jump up to the top. Known for trying to make these runs with 21 to go. And there they go. Going to the top, trying to make it work. And here comes the 94. The teammates get together, 94, the 7, and the 81. And here we saw the 7 push the 94 earlier all the way to the front. The 7 almost spins the 94 into the wall, almost right hooks him. The 7's been a great pusher on the outside. One of the only people to make the outside work. Only a few have been able to do it. These guys pushing as hard as they can. The speed's almost up to 200 miles an hour. I'm sure if we go back and look at the back of the pack, we'll see speed over 200. The 33 just not able to make things happen as the 18 tries to clear himself. He's gonna still not make it work. Put it to the inside. The 002 is gonna back out. Getting a little too crazy for him. 7 has cleared that top line. They made it work. Right now the 10 back up there. A little bit of nose damage. The last thing he wants to see is that right there. Is him have to lead that line. You can see it's killing them. The outside line is just dropping back. He's getting put to the middle. He holds on to it. 88 puts a 38 in the wall. Gonna hold on to it. The 33 gets a little bit of contact there. That was just 3 wide. Fleming very close to losing that pack. Gaining a little bit of speed, but I think he's gonna lose that pack. The field comes up with Adam Brady here as lap traffic. Right there on the front stretch, this pack is coming quick. We're gonna have to sort it out. See that bottom line, take charge. Austin Call leading that top line, 18 to go. Business picking up. As we were saying at the beginning, 13-20 looks to dominate these races, and they found themselves up front with only 18 to go. And no top line to even think about right now. I think we're going to start seeing these other teams jump to the top line, try and get them. To see the 56, the 75, and the 77 all in a line right there. I think just waiting. I think they're in a spot they really want to be in. You see them right there, the purple, the orange, and the green car. 4th, 5th, and 6th. I mean, they're in a perfect position when this gets late in the running to jump up top and make a run up there. Make a run for those leaders. The 10 trying to lead with the 18 on that top line. I just don't know if he's going to make it be able to make it work with that little bit of front end damage. Just get a sense of the speed of just how fast these guys are going. 17 to go. Top line starting to work again. The 10's making it work with that nose damage, getting a huge push from the 18 to the 88. Maybe I was wrong about that little bit of nose damage. They're making that top line work. The 18's giving a great push. I know the 18 wants to get up there and try and get with his teammates. As the 18 gets shoved out of line, the 10 pushes the 7 down. Not the 7, that's the... It's going to be the 75? Johnny Wood Jr., yeah. Johnny Wood Jr. gets pushed out of line. Josh Terra Hill still trying to hold on to positions here. Everyone's trying to split him right now. 18 gonna get to his inside, he's gonna spin him. 18 gets put hard in the wall. Austin Call I mean, that's going to be day over for him as the pack keeps rolling on. Just Fleming way back there. I'm not sure if Austin Call's even going to be able to make that car get back around. With only 15 to go. We've got the second pack, this first pack going 190. Second pack going 192. They're catching that front pack. A couple more cars. 13, 20 all together up here with Wolsifer. Wolsifer, though, lost his teammate, Johnny Wood Jr. Yarborough as well. See the track map, 2 distinct packs and then a couple of breakaways. See that backpack. Gonna have to really work on 190, 180, 190 right now. Maxwell Caldwell going 195, so they're doing a great job. First car's gonna be Coronet going only 186. Caldwell 194. So they're starting to pull away. 14 to go. Austin Call going down pit road. Come down pit road and his left pit road. He's taking his fast repair. Burnett now going 196. The front pack also going 196. So they're not gaining anything anymore. Still staying at that 2-second mark. These guys are doing really well up front. The 56 not really able to pull up to their back bumper. You can see just 2 seconds, 2.5 seconds almost now for them over that second pack as they're going to go double file back here. Really hurt their chance of Dennis King to pull out the line. Wonder if that leader has a little bit of damage. Let's check. Yep. The 88 has a bunch of damage on the front end. That's really hurting them. That's exactly what these guys up front want to see. That's why they're losing so much time. See the 14 is getting the biggest push as he can. But it's not going to be enough. I think they're going to need to get around him and have him be the pusher because this lead pack's almost up to 3 seconds now. They gain a lot of time right here out of 4. Take a look back at Sam Maddox back here with Josh Yarborough and Josh Terrett Hill. Their own little group going on. Josh Yarborough, Josh Terrett Hill, then Johnny Wood all by himself. I don't think he got much damage out of it, but he's damaged in track position. 15, Chris Fleming all the way back here. Austin Call even further back, although he's a lap down. Same with Adam Brady, who's no longer on track. Easily, guys, as long as they can keep this nicely formed. They don't have to keep it too nicely formed. You can see they're a little bit, like, not completely connected. They're still pulling away. Just a little bit, with only 10 to go right now at the line. Something that could happen is one of these back guys, this backpack right here, they could try and push a little bit too hard to try and catch and cause a wreck. Same with this 3-car battle. I mean, just one bad push, as you see right there, the 77 all over the back of the 002. I mean, they've gained a couple tenths, gained a couple more tenths now. They just need to get within a second to get that little bit of draft from the cars in front, but right now it's still too far back. Maxwell Caldwell still in first with 9 to go. We believe that everyone can make it out too. And this isn't a win and you're in kind of playoff style. They don't even have playoffs here. This is just straight points. So these guys are going for every position. The win, I mean, matters, but points matter too. And all these guys in the top 3 are definitely capable as teammates of winning any race on the schedule. So it's not like they're going to have to push one of them to a win to lock them into anything. This is just a straight points battle with this first race. Something you got to think about. You see back there, the 88's going to fall out of line. Try and let somebody else lead this pack. It's too little too late at this point. Now they're almost 5 seconds back. It'll take a miracle to catch them. They're going to have to pack up really well and at this point look for a caution. Back up at the front. But as I was saying, I mean, this could just turn into a race between these guys, and I mean, a wreck could happen, but they're not going to race it out until the very last lap or 2. The last thing they're going to want to do is give it to the 56 of Wolsifer, but he's going to try everything in his power to go get it. You guys starting to catch a little bit of lap traffic. Looks like it's going to be Fleming, 14th place. See that backpack still 5.5 seconds back. Not gaining anything. The back of the screen right there, but hardly for any amount of time. Let's see, 14 Kuhn is taking charge. The 33 behind him, 73, the 99, and then the damaged 88. Up the rear of that. You guys catch a little bit of lap traffic at 56 and try to get to the upside of the 81. Just trying to see what his car can do. It's not looking like much if these guys are going to stay in a line. Going to pick up Fleming here, I imagine. And he's going to try and get to the draft. For speed 193, he's going to catch on to the back of these guys, I think. Maybe not. It's going to be close. It's only going to help this group. Right there, the 56 going side by side is going to help. The Fleming here he's going to catch the back of this pack going 200 miles an hour. And it's only going to help this lead pack just pull away even more. The guys behind are starting to catch a little bit, down to 5 seconds, but it's not going to be enough. Here comes Justin Triangle Jr. About to go another lap down. Ooh, the 56 makes a little bit of contact there with the 81. Ooh, I think a wreck happened on the back. The 33's around in the grass. With that second pack, no caution, the 33 is going to have to take a tow. He's going to limp his way back with a blown engine. Let's see what happened there. Oh, it looks like someone blew up pushing. Looks like the 33 blew up while pushing, and there's nowhere for anybody to go. Jump back live with the Leo at 4 to go. 56 is going to try and use that 38 to help him get a run past these 13-20 guys, saying they like to dominate these races, found themselves in the right place at the right time. And here comes Austin Calder getting ready to catch. He's going to be a big factor in the end of this race if we hold on to the back of the pack. See Schoenbachler going in, 14th place, going to pit road, one engine. See this outline. Outside lane starting to work with the 75 and the 56 teammates there. 18 staying up high. He might be able to make this work if Fleming goes with him. 18's going to get to the backside of him. They're making it work on the top. Here comes Wolsifer getting a run. The 94 is going to block it. He's going to push him as hard as he can. He gets him to roll a little bit. The 56 is going to stay committed. He's going to drop down low with the 56 teammates up front. 1 a lap down, and this is gonna get good. 2 teams fighting. We knew this was gonna happen. Both teams have 1 lap down car who can help them. I mean, just push as hard as they can, and I mean, here we see, Richard Wolsifer just pulling out to the lead. But there's a lot of 13-20 guys. They're gonna have to do a lot of blocking, as there they go to the top. Wolsifer's gonna go up high, try and get the block on the 7, gonna put him all the way up in the wall. The 94 to the middle, he's gonna block him. He's got nowhere to go. He's gonna block the 7 up top. Gonna go to the middle. He's got a little bit of help from the 81, but probably not much. His 81's gonna drop down the line. The 7 gonna fall back a little bit. The 56 hung out to drive. He's got the 75 right there. His teammate probably gonna try and let him in line. He's gonna get him in. Chris Fleming helping the 7 up top right now. White flag. See if any of these guys are going to make a run. If Richard has anything for the 13-20 guys, he's going to go to the outside. He doesn't have the help quite yet from the 75. Here it is. Here's the push. The 7's going to abandon him as we knew they would. The 56 is going to block the 7. And I don't think he has enough. The 81's going to go to the outside. They're going to bump. They're going to bang. And I don't know who got that one. I think it was Paleshi. And by the monitor it says Paleshi got it. I don't know how much by, but it's saying 0-0. Wolsifer made a run, but then Paleshi made a run to the outside. Take a look at what iRacing says here for the finish. 0.02 of a second for that finish there for Paleshi. Paleshi gonna do his burnouts. 13-20 gonna celebrate the team. Great effort from that team. They worked so well together. Trying to shovel the 56 out of line. It worked. Wolsifer ended up finishing 3rd. Maxwell Caldwell in 2nd, and Justin Lewis in 4th. Richard Wolsifer working all alone. I mean, he had his teammate of Johnny Wood Jr. there. Able to make some runs, but not quite get the win and take it away from 13-20. As we'll grab Wolsifer first. See where he is. Hey man, Michael in the booth. How's it going?
It's going, man. How you doing today?
I mean, a P3, I mean, no teammates until you finally got around Johnny Wood Jr. to lap him, and then it was a battle there at the end. I mean, you want to walk me through that ending?
Yeah, it was a little upsetting that Johnny got kind of involved on the backstretch scuffle there, so it kind of lost me my teammate with those 3 guys up front. I was testing the waters to see what they would do with the side drafting a little bit, and at that point I was just kind of like, well, I guess we'll have to settle for 4th, but was able to get around to Johnny, and Johnny said he'd try to help me out if he can tag along on the draft, and he almost lost it, was able to get the end of it, and he gave me a push there. We were still trying to go for the win. I think we just did a little bit too early to make the lead stick, but I mean, I'll take a third place nonetheless at Daytona.
Yeah, I mean, you were throwing insane blocks there on the 94 and then the 7, going middle to top. I mean, it looked so much fun out there, and then I mean, you had your teammate. I mean, that 1320 group, you've learned, is a powerhouse when it comes to the super speedways. I mean, do you think you could have done any more to beat them? I mean, they're just so good.
I mean, I don't think I could have done anything more to beat them by myself, but if Johnny was up there with me near the end there and didn't get involved in that wreck, I think him and I definitely could have had something for the win there. I mean, he was a lap down. He was still helping me. I think it just made moves a little bit too soon and didn't make one stick. So, but no, they're really good. They did a good job holding their line and keeping me back behind any one of them. No, they're going to be someone to watch out for next Super Speedway race. But no, I think Johnny and I will definitely have something later on in the season as well. So I'm definitely looking forward to it.
Yeah, and I know there was a weird place in that race where it seemed like everybody started saving fuel. I mean, how close were you guys?
Oh, before that last yellow, I know me and Johnny and then Joshua, we were all working together, kind of trying to work on the fuel saving a little bit. We were going to wait until about a certain lap count, and then we were going to go full bore because we had enough to make it before that last yellow. But the last yellow came out, so I made the call for all of us to go down pit road, grab a quick splash and go for a couple of laps of extra fuel, get back out there, and once we got back out there, I mean, it wasn't really fuel saving for us because I knew we were going to have enough fuel for the rest of the way. So, but I know a lot of drivers were questioning on what they were going to do with the fuel there. So it was a good mix of who had enough speed to get up there and save the fuel as well. So it was a good mix of everything.
Yeah, well, what is it? You qualified in... Where did you qualify? You qualified in 8th, I believe?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so, I mean, a good qualifying effort, a good race effort. You got some teammates out there. I mean, this is your first race in SCL?
Yeah, it is. Johnny Wood Jr. brought me along, kind of invited me to come and do this with him because he was coming back to race it. So decided to tag along, race it with him. Him and I race on Tuesday nights as well together, but decided to come here and race with him as well on Mondays.
All right, that's awesome. It was great talking to you. You got any shout-outs after finishing P3 here in your first race?
I got to shout, you guys out here for doing this broadcast. Got to love broadcast race. Always fun to go back and rewatch them. Got to shout out the organization Limitless for letting us race under their banner. Stensbuilt for being on the car, Track Racer, Simrap Market. And of course, Johnny for being my teammate here and bringing me along to race alongside. Him and I have gotten along really well the past couple of seasons in other areas. So it's good to get some more track time with him, even if it is somewhere else. So great shout out for everybody on the car, Johnny, and you guys as well.
Yeah, thanks. Well, you'll be back next week, or are you just doing a one-time thing?
Oh, no, we'll be back next week for Chicagoland.
All right, well, we'll see you, and good luck there.
Thank you, sir.
So now we'll grab our second place finisher of Maxwell Caldwell. Bring him up. Hey Caldwell, it's Michael in the booth. You got me?
I sure do, buddy.
So it seemed like you had a handful there. You guys really almost had it easy, but someone else from another team named Richard Wolsifer had something to say about that. Want to walk us through the last few laps there?
Yeah, we had it pretty when the pack split up from like a somewhat wreck, but not a yellow bringing out wreck, and kind of got everybody divided. We just learned as a team we could do some really big pushing when there was 3 of us lined up. So we were able to break away there, and Richard stayed with us, but he had lost his teammate in the process. So we knew it was going to be an issue when we caught Johnny Wood, knowing their teammates. But, I mean, it spiced up the ending there because it was going to be a 1-2-3 for 13-20. Pretty easy, I imagine. So Didn't know what order we were going to finish. Just because I was leading did not mean I was going to win it, obviously. But
Right.
we had it pretty locked up there for a while. But yeah, made it interesting for sure, and some crazy moves. I'm pretty sure I made a pretty interesting 3-wide move in all that chaos to try to get back up there with Andrew. It was pretty nuts there at the end.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, you threw some insane blocks and like just moves in general, trying to get by the 56. And it looked like you were a really good pusher today. It seemed like the outside line really had nothing unless you had a really good pusher, like you were the 7, really pushing it along. It seemed like the bottom was just dominant.
Oh, me and the 7 were probably the best 2 cars hooked up in the field. We've had that in the past, and some updates have screwed it. Typically, I'm the one doing the pushing for the 7, and he never could push me. But for some reason with this build, his bumper got to mine, and I mean, it was borderline wrecking, but as you could tell, we could hook up and go. So, yeah, kudos to Justin for all the pushes all race. He pretty much, I never really pushed him any. He kind of was, we kind of tandem where he was my pusher. So, but my car was really good at making the moves and really sucking up and cutting through some guys. There were quite a few times I made some 3-wide in the middle moves that actually worked. One of them dang near took me from the back to the front on one of those restarts. It was pretty insane. But that was, we've not really plate raced yet with it. Our team hasn't with this new package outside of Atlanta, which that's kind of a hard place to gauge. But
Yeah.
like, that was actually really interesting what this update's done, where we thought it was going to make it more like real life and kind of be boring and hard to pass. Tonight was the exact opposite. You could get massive runs. You could get 3-car pushes pretty easy, and like the car would be pretty stable under pushing and not really try to snap out as much. So very, very chaotic race, and it wasn't like chaotic as in wrecking, but just some of the moves out there. It was chaos, but it was good chaos. It was a lot of fun. And sorry to a couple guys that I'd hit there. There were some massive checkups when I was in the back trying to save fuel, and it dang near had me take out the 11. So apologies to him, but there ain't not much I can do when I'm about to plow somebody else and probably knock them up into him anyway. So.
Yeah, it really seemed like even though the bottom was a little bit dominant, it was just like that top line at any point. If you got a good run going, you could just go if you wanted. Yeah, the new update seems like it's a lot of fun, and something else I noticed, the back end of the field didn't fall off like they usually do. There was the whole pack the whole time until that wreck happened, that iffy wreck. But
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, the runs you could get were pretty big. I was there in the back saving fuel and noticed I didn't really need a car behind me per se. It's always nice to have one behind you where you're not the caboose, but you didn't really fall off that hard. The car's punched a big enough hole, and had a big enough hole of air there where you could really catch up. But it was, I mean, you could go to the back to the front pretty easy is one thing I noticed. You know how some of these races you can really get blocked if you're there in the back,
Yeah.
and toward the end you fight more for track position. You probably saw a lot of people after that yellow came out where no matter what, everybody'd be good on fuel, that most everybody pitted there because you could work back to the front pretty easy. At least our team could. We just had good synergy, and maybe it was just kind of we went into this race cautious in the past and knowing fuel wasn't really going to be a factor.
it ended up almost being a factor.
Yeah, it almost was. I was going to be one of the very few I think that was going to make it, but everybody else is pretty tight. I topped off with the 1 to go and was just chilling in the back, and a lot of my teammates were pushing. You saw a couple of them up there pushing the envelope. They couldn't make it. But me and Austin Call was going to be close, and I was like 2 laps to the good. So I was just big chilling in the back, waiting on a whole group of cars to go up there and run really fast and run out of fuel. But obviously that didn't happen, and it put on a heck of a race there at the end. So it's a lot of fun. I just 2 1,000ths of a second, man.
2,000ths,
What do you do
man.
different, you know?
Yeah, I saw you bumping and banging. You made a great
Oh, I
run to your
adored the crap out
outside.
of him.
Yeah.
I said, I have to do something. I said, I'm not going to just lay up. Like, if you're going to make the move, I said, we're teammates, and when I know me and you will get 1-2 no matter what, I said, I'm going to try something. I can't just completely lay over, but I'll have to watch the replay. He said something about maybe if I wouldn't have adored, I would have still had it. I don't know. I'll have to go back and see how bad that killed my momentum. But regardless, still a great finish for the team, 1, 2, and 4. It's a great way to start the season and see what kind of we get out of the next race.
Hey, I was saying during the broadcast when you guys were 1, 2, 3, I was saying that you guys all could win a race, and it's not like it's a win and you're in playoff system. This is a straight points race, so you guys can race it out, not have to push one guy who might struggle at other tracks to a win. You guys could race it out, and I mean, what was it, first, second, and fourth for the guys who were up there. I mean, that's a great points day for you guys. You guys are always championship title contenders, so I mean, a great start to the season at a track that can go either way. So
Absolutely, and we went into this race with the least amount of team orders ever, and I told them at the beginning, I said, watch, we're going to sit here and chill, and we're going to end up having the best team strategy we've ever had in any league at any plate race. And sure freaking enough, we're all up there at the end, and I'm like, if we would have tried to coordinate something, we'd have had someone wrecked out or someone here or whatever. Justin got saved by the bell blowing his motor, pushing somebody.
he
got that lucky caution, or he'd have been out of it.
Well,
so.
not only that, but he blew it and then made it right to pit road. He didn't even blow it on the back.
And then the yellow comes out, and he had the faster pairs. Like, he ended up getting the wave around and everything. Like, he was golden on the next restart.
I was saying his day is pretty much over. You use the faster pair and be out of it, and then there comes the caution.
He also said he had you tripped up when he was sitting on pit road for a while.
I had no idea what he was doing.
Bathroom break.
Okay. I didn't even think of that.
He said, I'm going to take tires. He's like, watch, Matt is going to freak out and comes back laughing.
He's taking tires?
Yeah, he was just needed a reason to sit in pit road for a minute.
Oh, okay.
He said, Matt is on the broadcast freaking out. So we had a good laugh about that.
All right. But P2, you got any shout outs?
Oh, absolutely. First and foremost, got to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, man. What a blessing it is to be able to run here with these people. As many seasons as we have, the championships we've won as a team, and just all the success we've had. Got to thank the Lord for that. Without him, I would never get to meet all these amazing people and build all these great friendships more than anything. Second off, got to thank Merkel Racing Engines for being on the car yet again. Todd's out of town this week, so he said he caught the last 6 laps, though, and said it was awesome. So he's excited to see some of his cars up front. So wish him a great vacation. I know he's watching. He said he's going to watch the interviews. So shout out to you, Mr. Merkel. We'll see you next week. And just got to thank the teammates, man. Andrew, Justin, and Austin. I mean, we unintentionally coordinated the best we ever have, and it really showed how well we were doing here. So, and then finally, I mean, SCL for putting the league on again, running a full season yet again. Hoping to get some more cars in here. It's kind of low, but hoping to get in. So if you guys are watching and you like what you saw, please sign up for the league. We'll take you. Come on in. Let's fill this car count up and get some good racing going. And then thankful to you, man. I know you're new into the broadcasting venture. I've been in the booth a few times in some other leagues and ran all the behind the scenes and the OBS and all the stuff. And I know it's not an easy job, especially when you're by yourself. So kudos to you, man, for being able to pull that off by yourself and do commentary throughout the race with not really a full field. So, shout out to you.
This is my first Super Speedway, and I have to say it's a lot harder to call than a regular race because, I mean, there's times where nothing's really happening, and then there's times where it's like balls to the walls.
You just need to get a buddy up there with you. It really helps. That way you can have that conversation.
Something to bounce off. But
absolutely. But, man, for doing it by yourself, it's the hardest thing to do. I give you kudos. You did a great job tonight.
Hey, thanks. Well, I don't see our third place finisher of Richard Wolsifer. We'll run through the. Take another look real quick. I'm not seeing him. We'll take a run through the finishing order. Or no, we already talked to him. We need Paleshi. What am I talking about? Where's Paleshi? There we go. Moved. It's the most important one. The winner. There we go. Andrew. Michael up in the booth.
What's up?
We gotcha?
Yes, sir. How's it going?
Now, you put on one crazy move for the end, moving to the outside. I mean, you want to walk us through that last lap? I mean, you had you guys as a team, and then Wolsifer there with the 75 as a lap down car, making it interesting there, stopping you guys from running 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, it was a bunch of cars rolled up there and kind of started stirring things up. Wasn't gonna make it as easy as we wanted it to be. That last lap, all I was trying to do was push the hell out of the 94 and hope we made it to turn, off of 4 in front of them guys, and then I could do my juking and driving, which ended up happening. The only goal was for one of the 1320 cars to win. So once I was pretty sure that was going to happen, that's when I pulled out and started beating and banging, and I just happened to win. I don't know, it was anybody's game there.
And I know Caldwell was saying that you guys really didn't use much team orders this time. It was just kind of run around, find each other when you can, and I mean, it worked out. As we see on the stream, your move right here, going to the outside.
Yeah, usually usually when we plan this stuff and we try to work together like that, it goes very terribly. We kind of just wung it tonight, and like you said, when we found each other, we worked with each other. Other than that, we just kind of ran our own races, and yeah, it worked really well. It just so happened that we had 3 of us lined up there, and it just kind of all worked out. And yeah, coming off of 4 there, I was like, all right, it's gonna be one of us. That's all that mattered. So it was a good time. It's always fun when you can race teammates for a win.
Yeah, and I know at one point you guys were kind of worried a little bit on fuel. How were you feeling? I know you guys were kind of on the same strategy, but how are you feeling about it?
I really wasn't worried about it. I figured there'd be another caution, and to kind of eliminate all that. And luckily, I was right. So I said, screw it. I'm here to race. I'm not here to ride around. So I tried to work with Justin, and we went up. I think we ended up getting up front 1-2 there for a minute during that whole period.
Yeah,
and,
I noticed that you and him were the ones really pulling the field along when everyone else wanted to save fuel. It's got it spread out a little bit, and you guys were pushing, going 195, and then the guys behind were just kind of slowly falling back, but saving fuel, but right there.
We were trying to get them to run harder, and it didn't really work, but that was the goal. It's like, let's make everybody run out of gas.
Well, they were running faster. They were running you guys were running 195. They were running 180, and then when you guys started running quicker, they went up to 193. So it was working a little bit.
Yeah, we needed more time. I think if it would have ran out the run, it might have. I don't know if it would have changed much in the end, but it might have. Yeah, it was like I said, him and I were just trying to race. I've done too many of these races where we just show up and ride around, save gas, try not to get wrecked. Let's just screw it.
Yeah.
Let's go race.
And a couple of new guys out there. I mean, it looked like a really good race. I mean, pretty clean. Not many, too crazy aggressive moves, but, I mean, it looked like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. The racing was good. Really good. Yeah, all the new guys and some of the veterans. There was not a bunch of stupid moves I can recall. And this the car after the new aero update, they're a lot more fun to drive here.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question is what that new update's like with the new car, the new tire, everything at this new plate track.
I didn't change the tires at all throughout the whole race. So there's that. But it's Daytona, you really don't have to.
Yeah.
The drafting, the side draft's still gnarly, but it's not quite as bad. But it seems like, I don't know if it's like something in the suspension or something, but you can really do the 3-car bump, which we were kind of trying to do there at the end, a lot better. And yeah, it's just a bit more racy. I like it.
Well, starting off the season with a win. It's not a playoff system. It's straight points. I mean, you got to love starting off the season with a win. It's great momentum. I think we're going to Chicagoland next. And, I mean, I was saying during the broadcast, you guys are the 1320. It's not like you guys had to push someone to a win to get more points. I mean, any of you guys can win week in and week out. So starting with that little bit of a points buffer is going to be key going forward.
For sure. Yeah, it'll be nice. It's always great starting the season up front.
But with that being said, finishing first, congratulations. You got any shout-outs?
Well, yeah, to my team, obviously. Blast Racing, everybody, we work well together. Todd couldn't be here this week. He's on vacation. He got to pop in and say hi. It was fun. Shout out to them guys. The broadcast, doing a great job with that. Been watching it since the race has been over here, and looks really good. And everybody else for showing up racing, putting the race on. A good time.
Hey, I appreciate it, and hopefully we'll talk to you next week. See you at Chicagoland, and have a good week.
Yes, sir. You too. Thank you.
And that was our first place finisher, Andrew Pileshi. as we bring up our race results. Our first week of the season 42 at Daytona, we had Andrew Pileshi beating Maxwell Caldwell by only 0.2 of a second, not far behind Richard Wolsifer, 0.05 back. Justin Lewis in 4th, Drew Kuhn in 5th, Chris Cornett 6th, Joshua Yarborough in 7th, Mark Brown in 8th, Dennis Kane in 9th, 10th Sam Maddox, 11th Josh Terra Hill, 12th Johnny Wood Jr., the first car 1 lap down, 13th Chris Fleming, John Schoenbachler 14th, 15th Austin Call, 16th Adam Brady, 17th Benjamin Smith, and 18th Gary Maydew, who did not turn a single lap. Well, Daytona is over. A fantastic race, a fantastic ending. Like I talked about in the beginning, we had the teams fighting right at the end. Came down to a new team, and 1320 as always being really good at these plate tracks. Next week we go to Chicagoland. We'll see faces like Justin Lewis, Maxwell Caldwell up front almost the whole race, Johnny Wood Jr. But I'm interested to see where some of these new guys will fit in. People like Richard Wolsifer. We've got Benjamin Smith, Dennis Kane, someone who joined last season during our recruitment season. So it'll be really fun to see where these guys stack up at the regular tracks going to Chicagoland next week. But that is going to end the broadcast. Our first broadcast for SCL. We'll be back next week, same time. And that is it for MC Motorsports Broadcasting.